Ann was a very active and action gal.
She took responsibility not only for her family, but for her work and her interests, and she did it well.
Everywhere she went, she stood out in the crowd.
Ann was awesome.
Ann Taylor settled in Stowe, Vermont, about in 1928. She was on the same Olympic team I was, 1940.
Her father started teaching her to fly before she was even a teenager. And during World War II, she was an instructor in military pilot training programs.
And she was a fine skier, so it was natural for her in Stowe, where things were beginning to develop ski-wise in the East, to become involved.
I guess what we, as young girls, were more interested in was her clothes. In the 40s, I mean, when she hit the cover of Harper's Bazaar, that put her into all sorts of stores in New York. But I doubt if there were any other women really designing ski clothes in the 40s, for sure. But then after that, of course, she married Moose, and she gave up having a design line of her own, and she designed really her own clothes.
And she was always dressed spectacularly. She was well known for that.
Every morning or when we were going out skiing, I always wondered what kind of outfit she's gonna have now. When she had her fluffy fur jacket and tight ski pants.
She had a collection of ski hats that were wonderful. I mean, you wanted to wear every one of them yourself, except you knew you couldn't carry it off.
As a young girl, she was known as Nosedive Annie in Stowe, Vermont.
She hiked up at the mountain and where was a lot of snow, a lot of powder, and she got stuck in the snow head first, and on a very, very steep slope on it, and they had to come up and rescue her, and they called her Nosedive Annie after that. And then they named a run after her.
She did a lot of entertaining, and she was great at that. She loved to be with people.
Ann Taylor was without a doubt the grand dame in Vail, where she came to ski and had a beautiful, beautiful home. I mean, one of the first beautiful houses built in Vail, what looked like a French chateau.
You know, we were still raising money for Vail when they built their house. And so Ann was just a great entertainer. And she invited all sorts of people that were, you know, names in the ski world.
I think she was one of the first hostesses what really introduced Vail to the society for Europe.
She got great coverage in the fashion magazines and ski magazines, and a kind of publicity that we probably would never have gotten in those early days when we really needed it.
Well, her legacy is being one of the first American races to ever participate in the Olympic Games, and a lifetime of skiing and being well known.
She just gravitated into everything about skiing that you can imagine because of the love of the sport. And that was great to enlist other enthusiastic people, great for fundraising, great for being a hostess.
You know, once Vail got on the map, just look what it did for Colorado skiing. And if she helped Vail get on the map, that's a big plus for Colorado.
You know, I don't think Ann ever really tried to be a leader. She just was a natural leader.